Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Herman Lair, and in this video I wanted to show you the interview I did with Dave MadMax in Manhattan, America. A good friend of Jay Cutler, and it shows you that you can actually live of what you love if you give full commitment. A super inspirational interview, and I hope you like it. And also, if you get the chance to subscribe below and like the video, I would be super happy. Peace. I'm sitting here in Manhattan Beach. And this is a little unusual video on this channel. It's showing you it's actually possible to follow your dream. I hope it will give you some, again, inspiration. And let's start. So I understand, Dave, that you came here with only $150 in your pocket when you came here to the United States.
Yeah, I was very young.
So many years ago. And can you quick tell a little bit about your story?
Yeah, I was very young and stupid. So you really don't care when you're young. You're just like, you know what, I'll just, I'll go. What's the worst that can happen? That I call my parents and they have to send me some money, so I have to go back. But early on, I've always been a fan of California. I was always a fan of bodybuilding, just like you. And I remember back in the day, we didn't have social media and Instagram and YouTube and stuff. So I remember training in my little gym when I was only 17, 18 years old, and reading the magazine and just wondering, what's it like at Gold's Venice? What's it like in California? What's it like to be training around champions like Sean Roden and Stan Animal and all the people that you have met at the gym? And I wish I could have seen, I had something to watch where I could have seen what life was over there. So I've always wanted to go over there and try, and I wanted to live here, So it took me until I was about, I think, 19 years old, the first time I came here on vacation for 10 days. And I remember watching TV shows and movies, and I just loved the way they lived over here. And I just, I was like, this is where I want to be. But you can't really transplant your life into another country unless you go first to see for yourself if it's really the way it really is.
Yeah.
So it wasn't important for me to go. So my dad told me one time, he says, hey, you want to take a trip to California? He didn't speak no English. I spoke a little bit. So I came here with him for 10 days. And I was like, okay, this is it. I'm really going to see if this is going to be for me, and this is as good as I think it's going to be. And so I came, and sometimes you build something in your head, and then you finally live it, and you're like, it wasn't that great. But in that case, when I came here for 10 days, it was even better than I thought it was going to be. And when I came back from that trip, which I was very depressed about, because I had to go back home after 10 days, I was like, that's it. This is what I got to do. I got to do everything I can to move there and make my life over there. I figured, I was, again, 19 years old. I said, you have to, in life, you have to pay rent, you have to buy your food, you have to, you have to make your way in life, no matter where you live. So if you have to live somewhere, you may as well live somewhere and earn a living where you really want to be. That was my way of thinking, So I said, you know what, I'm going to save my money and I'm going to move to California. So I told all my friends and all my family and all that stuff at school, and people were like, you're crazy. Everybody wants to move to California. Everybody wants to be real in Hollywood and real celebrities, and and I was telling them, I'm going to meet Stallone, I'm going to meet Schwarzenegger, I'm going to meet all these guys. And they were like, you're crazy, and nobody believed it. So it took me a year and a half to try to save my money as much as I could, and every time I was trying to save a little bit of money, something would happen. My car would break down or something, and I would always get back to zero every time. And finally I said, you know what, that's it. After the last winter, which was so harsh, I sold everything I owned. I sold my nice little car, that little sports car. I sold that. I had an old piece of crap car that barely made the trip, and I took that car and I drove it all the way from Montreal to California with no spare tire in the trunk, by the way. And I was 3,000 miles, and I started my life here in '93. And by the time I was done, with the traveling and hotels and food and gas and everything, I reached California with $150, no jobs, no friends, no family, no way for me to work here legally because I was from Canada.
Yeah.
And then I'm still here. It's 2019, and I got married. I got a family. I got so it is possible. And my parents told me when I wanted to go, because of course no parents wants to see their kids leave for another country. It's hard, for family. But I was determined to go, and they told me, listen, go, and no matter what happens, you will come back with more experience than you left. So no matter what, you can't lose. It's going to be something good.
Yeah.
And of course, I never went back, and there was never a thought in my head to actually go back. No matter how hard things got hard sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember the first year I was here, I moved 11 times in 1 year because I didn't know where I was going to go and where I could earn some money and who I was going to meet, and so I moved a lot because I figured, okay, this is where I need to go. But you meet people over time, you make friends. You make connections, and if you're a good person, people have tendency to gravitate towards you, and you'll find people to help you. You'll find people who's going to introduce you to somebody else, and that's how it works in life. Connections. Like we were talking about a little bit earlier with stand-up and stuff. So if you do have a dream, and if you do have something you really want to do, there's a smart way to do it, and there's a reckless way to do it. So I'm not telling you just drop everything and go. I mean, what I did was a little crazy looking back, but I was just so sick and tired of living. I was a different person back then.
Yeah.
When I was living there, I was always depressed. I was always negative. I was always complaining about life. I was always like something would happen, and I would say, "Oh, you see, I got a flat tire. This is why."
Yeah.
Everything, the slightest little thing bad that would happen, I would just say this because I was unhappy.
Yeah.
And I told myself, if I can move to California, I will be a happy person. And that sounds kind of stupid to just imagine that where you live or the weather can actually change your demeanor. But in my case, that's true. I need to see the sun every day. I need to be here. And since then, I never really took vacation anywhere else because I'm always working all the time and I'm always here. And people tell me, why don't you take a vacation? Why don't you go somewhere? And I'm like, to go where?
Yeah.
This is where I want to be. I've wanted to be here my whole life. I'm on vacation every single day of my life. That's the way I see my life today.
Yeah.
So, I think you're on the right track to do whatever it is that makes you. So many people today don't have passion. If you ask some people what makes you passionate, what would you like to do with your life that truly would be something that you don't feel like you're working. Some people don't know.
They follow what the society wants them
they
to follow.
do what their parents want you to do, what you should be doing. What is it that you want to do? If you can't get up, if you can't be lucky to get up every day and do something that really makes you happy and you don't even feel like you're going to work, then that's great. That's the best. But not everybody knows even what that is. So if you don't even know what